Okay, here we are with tonight's video, which is the 2014 AP exam, question number 1. And you're going to see it's similar to the other ones we've been working on. It has some little differences to it, but we're going to see what's going on. Grass clippings are placed in a bin where they decompose. For times 0 through 30, the amount of grass clippings remaining is modeled by A of t equals, I don't need to write it down, it's right there, this exponential equation where AT is measured in pounds and T is measured in days. Okay, so this is the first time they didn't give me a rate for the equation. This time I'm actually given a equation for quantity. This tells me how many grass clippings I have. So right off the bat, I'm going to enter this into my grapher. I'm going to make sure I store it instead of T, I'm going to put X in there because I'm probably going to use this equation a bunch. Okay, so you can see I've entered the equation into the grapher. I'm probably never going to use the actual graph of it, but I'm going to use this screen to probably trace values or to take a derivative or take an integral. Let's see where the problem leads me. Let's go back. Okay, so find the average rate of change of that function. So we're going to be talking a lot about the word average coming up because we're going to look at average rates and we're going to be learning about average values. Average rate of change is just, average means using 2 points, so it means it's going to be fib faba. Average rate of change is fib faba. Instantaneous rate of change is slope at a point. In order to do this, I need to have a starting value and an ending value. I think I do. Oh, they told me to start at 0 and end at 30, so I'm going to go 30 minus 0 over f of 30 minus f of 0. Now, a couple ways to do this in the calculator. I'm going to do it all in one step. I'm going to show you how I enter it in. Hold on one second. Okay, so because I stored my function in F1, I just did fib faba right in here, and it gave me back this average rate, which is negative. I'm going to round it to the thousandths decimal. So on my page, we're going to complete the answer. A equals. Okay, so we're going to find average rate.
I slept for 15 hours.
That's crazy. Average rate is going to be A of 30 minus A of 0 over 30 minus 0, which is equal to negative 1 point. I'm going to look at my calculator again. 967. Does it ask me for units of measure? The problem does ask for units of measure. So if A was measured in pounds and P was in days, this would be in pounds per day. So that's how we find the average rate. Okay, the next part says to find the value of A prime of 15. So I'm taking the derivative of A, and I'm finding it at 15. Okay, so I'm just going to go to my calculator. Okay, so for this problem, I went to menu, derivative at a point, and entered the value 15 into the function, and got the answer back, negative 1.635. I'm going to round that to the nearest thousandths. So for part B, A prime of 15 is equal to negative 0.164. It asks for units of measure, so if A was in pounds, this is once again in pounds per day. Then the last part of the problem, the last part of that part of the question asks for the meaning of that. Well, what's happening? This is either increasing or decreasing, so it looks like it's decreasing. We could just say that A is decreasing at a rate of negative 0.164 pounds per day. That's enough for them to know what's going on. The big word in here is decreasing. If you wanted to say, instead of saying A, if you want to say the grass clippings, you could say that as well. That would be fine. Okay, you may think you got a creamer dollar. If you found this one, this was the one. I wrote this down wrong when I translated it back over. It should have been negative 0.197. Get rid of that. Pounds per day. So that was the mistake I alluded to when I sent out the video.
Also recently broke my...
So we're going to pause there on the problem because the next two parts, that's where we help this, are the lesson that's going to be coming up. Just to give you a hint, one is about linear approximations, and the AP asks us to do this a lot. If we're ever asked for a linear approximation, we're always going to our go-to equation, line. L equals, forget your derivative, the cross-country team, and forget you. Linear approximations, anytime you hear that word, we're going to be using that equation. And then the next thing is there's going to be something called the difference between an average slope, which we've already found using fib-faba. We'll always be using fib-faba for that. You'll see it on the board. Again, something called average value, which we'll be learning about in a couple of days. And there's a different formula for that. You'll actually see it on the board for now, and we'll talk about it in class again. Take care.